The pristine nature of the Okavango Delta and Tsodilo Hills World Heritage Sites faces an uncertain future as Canadian oil and gas company ReconAfrica moves ahead with its exploration activity in the area. ReconAfrica has secured exploration licenses from both Botswana and Namibian governments in an area stretching over 30,000 square kilometers. ReconAfrica believe that a formation known as the Kavango basin, which lies in northeastern Namibia and northwestern Botswana, holds significant amounts of oil and gas. They have already drilled the first of their 3 test wells, which has confirmed the presence of oil, further providing the Namibian government with critical information required to unlock the country's petroleum prospectivity. Should the exploration further prove successful, ReconAfrica aims to drill hundreds of wells in the area that straddles across Namibia and Botswana. Environmental experts and conservationists are however worried that ReconAfrica's current operations that are close to the Omatako River, which feeds into the Okavango Delta, may contaminate the world-famous wetland. The Okavango Delta, a home to over 130,000 natives, a thriving fauna and flora, provides vital ecosystem services and is an important source of fresh water in the desert for both the people and the animals. The local people do not only depend on its resources for water, but also for food and traditional medicines. A significant proportion of the local community also derives employment through a thriving ecotourism industry and its associated services. Communities living in this part of the Okavango Delta are oblivious of the impending exploration activity. But they know that should it go ahead and ultimately lead to drilling of oil and gas, their future will be doomed.
and kita haga ba dirla oil hono tawar limit hana ta khoro akwa tawra to hilla la wakar hongo hono ko batte ko ka hore rona hongo ta berle khakala ni bo oraro bo ni baba hono ko ke bono bata ba jamo muswati rona to ta berle khakala ni bo kita hore ha ba ka tumela bono hongo ko nyerta ba re ka ja singo mo bo ni ovya sa ilor ha ba tumela ko oraro na babu jana la rasuli harna wajasi hongo rona bongo yana di to re pali la ka hongo ba to ba the reference te ilor rona ra di tshwara rona re tshwere di reference ta bujana hongo kusenza sta store balaso ni se
khae luri eni ta ka yone rona ha re itse haona yo itse mon bile kila ntari uto dira di tatana lo ga di tatana go tswa te ha makgwa bata re ke sa di tatana go makgwe go no moritsi sa mo te ka di tatana tsone tseo mo makgobo re tshwara di thapi tse re di ja re sheba ka tsone ha o sena metsi a gona botshelo ke bushiami ha go mmetsa tsetsi kana ona le botshelo ke bushiami ka gore makgwa ba go roga go tswa te ba mo di kampe mo ya ka ba go tua ba peletswa makgwa o tswa te ba go gaita bone makgwa yao ba hiwa bonyenyane ke ba boiwa rona gore ha re bate jalo ka gore re tshela ka makgobokobo bile ha re bate pituloro mo makgobokobo ka gore pituloro e tlo senyana ga tse le ka ka bona ba ta jalo ba dilo re yemisa le bone makgobokobo bereka rona jalo tabo re tshela ja ka re tshela mo makwe mo tsuma tsene di thapi mo kheta one majwa re tshisa ka one
di tsaro to e ba bo we le motse ha ke bo ya le ka ntse tsao le kana le ya ntse ke tshela ka tse ko ta bo ra re lu ga re ba tsaba tse mo le mo ga tshela ka lo ko ma se di ne tse tsaba tsora re ta be shu ha sa tshela dire ba ko ta re le ma tshela mo le mo le ya na adena la ri ma la ro ka na ha ro tshela te ko ro tshela ke ke ri te la ko bo thale ko bo japan ka ko di tsora te ya no ro di bo di te mo ne di to bla ma tshela ro ya
About 30% portion of ReconAfrica's exploration area is in Botswana, and it encompasses an area around Tsodilo Hills, another UNESCO World Heritage Site that is famed for its more than 4,500 rock paintings, some created over 1,200 years ago by the indigenous San people who consider it a sacred place. Botswana's government has tried to allay people's fears of harm to the delta. Mineral Resources, Green Technology and Energy Security Minister Lefoko Moagi says the exploration license was granted, ensuring that it does not encroach into the protected areas. As much as government and ReconAfrica maintain that the licensed area excludes the Tsodilo Hills, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, authorities here insist that extensive consultation should have been carried out.
Mokgato e ikemetse bo re bolelela gore na le company ngwe e taka malobanyana ke ha re utlwala hati ministry una a tsira ba tsama go se a kotase a ba kopana le bone ko le bone a ba le kudisana le bone mi kwana go rona ha se ba go roa e sa le re ba utlwaletse me rona maikaelo a rona ne re ba ka takwana ka gore rona le helo le ke le helo la mahatshatsi ba ka se ke ba ire dilo hela sa o tshwanele lone re sa kopana ra utlwa gore a mi re dumalla ha kae ra go wella ha kae a mi lone la go tsega ya ka le helo la bujana la ka gore di ile le rona re tshela mo go lone gongwe e tare ba pa moepono wa oil le geze gongwe wa me lone le helo le
ne ra etela ke batho ba IPEC ba ta go butsisa gore a me ra we gore go na le company ya go nna yalo e tshwanetse go ta go dira oil le gas me le hilo la rona la Tsodilo la amega mo teng malobanyana hela na kgwedi e kitile ba ne ba boa gape ba to kopana le morahi wa Tsodilo gore a mme ba setse ba itse sengwe ka one ko nte ga phuthego ya bone ya November be re ra nya sa le inile bone ba tle ba kopana le morahi ba re butsisisa a gona ope gape o tsile go go rona a tare botsa ka khaya ya that project e ba botsa gore morahi one wa re ka re go leba ga ile gore Tsodilo le one wa amega mo teng morahi wa Tsodilo wa supa gore bone tota go thelele ga bana kgathego ya gore project e ka dirwa because e tlo go hela e senya matota a tholego a ile gore morahi wa Tsodilo o itshetsa ka one a ile gore trust ya rona ya Tsodilo be exista because of the rock paintings tse di hitela mo Tsodilo. So if at all project ya go dirwa ora gore ya go senya boleng jwa lehilole ya go senya one matota a tholega a ile gore kona re a trust ya rona e tholega ka one so ba supile la go thela tota ne re le mo phuthego go khote re biditswe re le morahi wa Tsodilo ba supile re go thele bona ga ba amogele project e na ile la ko last day ke sena go utlwa be ke butsisa bangwe ba government ba supa ile gore ga ba itse sepe ka that project so ga re itse gore ke ka gore ba rialo a mere ga kgatse di kana di ka heta jada gore ga go batho ba bangwe go bone di ise di goroga so ga ba ise ba re bolle sepe ka project e.
Recon Energy Botswana, a subsidiary of ReconAfrica, say they are still in the earliest stages of exploration in Botswana, and as such, their initial work will focus on tasks including research and accruing geological data. The exploration site, according to Kgosi Kelebetseke Asheta of Tsodilo village, has been earmarked for a farming area at Kavango settlement about 50 kilometers west of Tsodilo Hills.
Ke nthae ka ha ba bonyite ke molapo hela wa Kavango mmile go bohelo hela go bapa le terata hela kwa ha o tswa hela mo Kavango tsa one molapo hela ono wa o boya hela go bophirima hona le ho ngwe hano hona le mo segolo hela sampere le banyenyane nkile ka tele musunta te mogolo ne ka go bona tele na ne re ha ngwe mollo ha o sha ne hona le thaka hela lona la nukale ha go sha mollo ha o time una hela ntsulo ho dingwa ha hela kana wa go tsangwa ha kana tse pedi o sa time hela mi o ka lebela ha ba kure ha o leba ha o dimo o ka to ha wa re o timile mi ha so se gata mo teng se swela ho be hona le mollo no bidwa mombo no ra re ke yone side e ba tshwere gas and oil hono ko.
Although they have not been formally consulted, Communities in this area are excited at the news of the exploration by ReconAfrica and are more concerned about the prospect of job creation than any environmental degradation.
Tota gone moepo re utule ka di-TV hela le dikga hela ha se re ba bone batho ba bata gone mo kgaolo yone ka o itse ka te ke dilo tsa dikga hela mo di-radio le di-TV re utule re uto o epiwa oil le gas gone mo molapo wa rona mo Tsodilo mme rona tota ne re itumela gongwe re tata re bona motele rona ditironyana mme se re se kupa bate bana ba te kwano se ka bata ka bana ba te kwano ma form 5 ma Cambridge bate mo milapo kuri silo ha se shimolola se ba batho ga moshi mme ha le so se twaela a ba ile hore lona la tshila mo go sone e bile ke sulela hurumente aka ke a dumela hore batho ba toye ba ba sa re batele hore sanna o ka wa ka re bate o ka re batela mahatsi a te go hodimo ka haela ba re phunyetsa didiba bora gona hone ko kwano a bohepe wa oil re ke se re thoka ke ditiro hela o re bereke ha o hilimitse ya rona ha re tshela ka khomohela kure ke mashi o heletse ho ha o bihile letsatsi o isa go namane go butchare a bo helela ho bona 2000 boela ha motho wao ke re tshisa ka mashi hela le ka ipele he ke sone so mo se se re thusa mo bona bo 2 months o sa tewele ka ho ri palonyana a te ikota se batho ba bantsinyana.
Although he has his reservations regarding environmental harm and the level of public consultation, Area Member of Parliament Kenika Pinga says it is not too late for government to look to hydrocarbon resources for economic boost.
I'm aware of the exploration activities by ReconAfrica. I became aware when I was in the last sitting of Parliament, and I raised an issue with the minister because they had issued a license to ReconAfrica long ago, but they had not made it public. And I was concerned by the fact that they had done it sort of secretively. That's the time I raised an issue in Parliament that they should come here and tell the people of this area what is it that is going on in their neighborhood so that they understand what's coming their way. As a result of my advocacy in Parliament, the minister responsible for minerals came to Shakawe to consult with the leadership, the traditional leadership, and other leaders in the area. I was there to be part of the consultation exercise. And I raised the issues that I had raised previously, that the whole exercise should be respectful for the property rights of the people that are in the area. And it should also be very, very respectful of the environment that we need to be maintained as well as it is currently without the exploration activities. We have a pristine environment in our area, a very beautiful, unique environment, which we would like to be preserved as best as is possible. If ever we go to any drilling or anything of that nature, we want such to be conducted in such a way that it doesn't destroy our environment, because that's our wealth. Well, I'm not an expert in terms of whether the distance would be sufficient to protect Tsodilo Hills, but I'm aware that they have created a buffer around Tsodilo Hills to exclude any exploration activities in that part. The experts in our Department of Environmental Affairs to determine whether the distance is adequate. So I wouldn't blame them for the excitement at the prospects of job creation. But at the same time, Tsodilo is a cattle farming area, one that is more dense or densely populated in terms of cattle than the rest of the area. So one thing that they might need to be made aware of is that the exploration, the drilling, will have an impact on the water table, which is very, very important to them as cattle farmers. I believe that if we happen to have this resource in our country, between now and that period, during this grace period, we might as well benefit from the resources that we have in this country to grow our economy. And at the same time,
be conscious that the world is moving from fossil fuels to electric energy. So it has to be a dual track approach in my view, that as we exploit the fossil reserves this side, we are also coming up with plans to match the world in terms of transitioning to electrically driven motor vehicles.
As the debate on the merits and demerits of the exploration for fossil fuels continues, Botswana government believes that should the exploration efforts prove successful and lead to a viable petroleum and natural gas production project, it will be a positive step in terms of diversifying the country's mineral sector and the economy from reliance on a few mineral commodities. Innocent Sukudu, reporting for The Voice Online.